Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker, and we have got ourselves a knife review of a gorgeous EDC flipper. And I have to say that this knife is coming courtesy of a fellow by the name of Adam Gibson, who owns a company called Canadian Knife Company, and he helped out with I guess arranging this purchase for this from China. And I got to say thank you so much, buddy. It was absolutely fantastic of you to help me out with this. And now, but I want you guys to help out Mr. Gibson here. Head to Facebook. I'm going to put a link inside the description here of his Facebook page, Canadian Knife Company. He's got a knife coming out called the Sleeper, and from the looks of it, this is going to be an absolutely gorgeous knife. And he showed me a few of his other designs too as well that just absolutely blew me away. Now, if you're a Canadian and you want to support another fellow Canadian, not only by watching this channel, but also go check out the Canadian Knife Company and check out this Sleeper. I know that he's got some pre-orders happening right now. He's got his first batch coming very soon. And I got to say, I want to do everything I possibly can to help a fellow Canadian and a fellow knife nerd succeed here in this very competitive industry. And you know what? From the looks of his designs, he absolutely will, no doubt about it. Or as the Canadians would say, no do about it. All right. So what we want to have a look at here is the Kunwu Tao. And I've got it, in this, it comes in a beautiful case with a little magnetic closure, which is always something a little bit not janky, the opposite of janky. I think it's pretty cool having that magnetic case. I just think it's cool. It adds a little touch of class. It comes with an EDC bag, and I gotta say, it's got some really gorgeous kind of faux fur inside there, felt or something, but I gotta say, this damn thing feels so damn good. I don't know if just knives will go inside there. That's my dirty mind thinking about that. You also get yourself a thank you from Kunwu Knives, which is great. I love it when a company says thank you for the business. Even if it's just a little bit of a card, it's showing that they care. And not only that, is if you get one of these, if you email sales@kunwuknives.com, they'll give you an 8% off promotion code for your next purchase. So, hello, 8%, that takes care of the tax in some places. So, hey, why not? All right, so then here we have an absolutely gorgeous titanium EDC knife. We'll get that out of the way. And it is a front flipper and a rear flipper. And I gotta say, it flips gorgeous, and it's got some absolutely gorgeous action. I was reading the Kunwu page, and one of the things they were talking about was they want to build EDC knives that are in that, $300 to $500 bracket, but charge quite a bit less. And I gotta say, you know what? Except for one issue with this knife, I can say maybe there's a couple of small issues with this knife. They're really hitting home runs with this. I think that this is incredibly smooth. And sometimes, you know what? You get a knife and you know what you paid for it, and sometimes when you put it in your pocket, it fools you, and you think, oh my goodness, this knife is way more expensive or should be way more expensive than what I bought it for. And or you get knives that are like, this is just, no matter, you don't know what you paid for it, or you get a knife, you don't know what the price was, and you put it in your hand and it feels cheap and it feels chintzy. And I gotta say, this does not feel cheap or chintzy. It feels like it is an excellent everyday carry knife. Now let's go over a little bit of the specs here, including the size, and we'll just do a little bit of comparison. All right, it's not a small knife. Here we've got a Hinder XM18 Skinny. You can see that it's very same size. And Hinder is arguably one of the best EDC knives out there, and you can see that it's in the same size range. The granddaddy of EDC, I think, is the Paramilitary 2, and you can see that it is very Paramilitary 2 size too as well. You can see it's just about the same length, or if not identical. The blade lengths are very similar. And then, of course, you've got something here that's just a little bit more classier than these two, I think. Another Spyderco here, too, as well. And I think this is an excellent EDC knife, too. Designed on a knife called the Redback. And, of course, this is the Spyderco Capara. And the reason I said Redback first instead of Capara right off the bat is because I forgot what the damn name was. It sucks when you get old. My memories are absolutely horrible. And I haven't forgot my own name, but damn it, I've forgotten my own how old I was. I'm thinking, man, am I 51 or 52 or 53? Turns out it doesn't matter. You're only as young as you feel and as young as you act. And right now I am 12. All right, so we'll put those knives away. And we will have a closer look at the specifications on this bugger here. And here, Kunwu knives basically started years ago as a kind of a Kickstarter. And it started with, you know, a couple of knives right out of the bat that just really, really did well. Let's go here. Let's have a look here. A boot. Yeah, they started in 2019, so they're not crazy, crazy old. The first one they started out with was the Kunwu Orion, which is a Kickstarter. It was very successful. Then they went with the Kunwu Ronin. And then, of course, they've now gone to the Kunwu Tao, which is, I think, an absolutely excellent, excellent knife. So you've got this one here, which is the Big Tao, and you've also got a Mini Tao too as well, which is quite a bit smaller. And this one here is started off as MSRP of $220, and they've got it at $189. It's sold out right now, unfortunately, but I'm sure you can pick some of these up at the secondary market. If you can, do it, because this is an excellent, excellent knife. The overall length is 210 millimeters. And I'm going to see if I can quickly do a 210 mm 2 inches, which I should have done first. Damn it. Oh, look at that. 8.26 inches. So it's not quite 9 inches long, which is an excellent, excellent EDC size. Let's just move this over here. So I got myself some stuff I want to talk about. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just messing with my computer here. All right, the blade length here is 85 millimeters, which is 3.34 inches long, which is just a little bit less than that 3.5, which I think is absolutely optimal for EDC. But you know what? It does seem like it is a bigger knife than that, you know, because you've got the paramilitary 2, which, if I'm not mistaken, is 3.43. So you're looking at, like, it looks like it is, you know, very similar size to the paramilitary 2. So when they talk about 3.34 inches long for the blade, they might be talking about just edge length, possibly, because it does look longer than 3.34 inches or 3 1/3 inches. Now the blade thickness is 3.5 millimeters, so it's got some really nice thickness to it, and you can see the machining here. They've done a wonderful, wonderful job here as far as, you know, even though, you know, it's a fully flat ground and it's thick, and you've actually got where it thins out and then it gets a little bit thicker towards the edge here, just to give you that little bit of text, a little bit of tip strength. And I gotta say, this has got some really, really good tip strength on it. I was doing some really heavy EDC tasks with this, and this was performing like an absolute champ. So I have no, including smashing it into a full block of ice, you know, just stabbing as hard as I can, and it just blasts through that ice. I was not worried about chipping the tip on this one bit. Now, the blade material is M390, which is an excellent, excellent super steel, and they've got it hardened to 61 to 62 HRC, and I gotta wonder, this is the first time that I've had M390 in a knife, and the edge retention has been excellent, but when I sharpened it, it seemed like it was really, really easy to sharpen. So I don't know if that's M390 is just really easy to sharpen, or if it is maybe the heat treat on here wasn't the best. Who knows? The 61 to 62, I expect it to be a little bit harder. When I sharpen them with those harder steels on my diamonds, it seems like the diamonds kind of skate a little bit across the steel, and I didn't get that any feeling with this whatsoever. So it could be just an excellent EDC steel to sharpen. I'm hoping that's the way it is, but I haven't noticed any. I've cut a lot of cardboard with this. I've cut some rope with this. I've cut some wood with this, and I've had no issues with the edge retention. So I think it's just M390 is just really, really nice to sharpen. Now your blade finish is a satin blade finish, and you can just see that there is kind of some grind lines in there, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous finish. I've got no worries about that. Now the handle here is it's titanium, but it's got a little bit of an orange peel to it, just to give you that little bit of a texture. Now it's not as orange peely as, say, something like the Spyderco Advocate. Let's see if we can find that right off the bat here. Yeah, so here's something here that's the Spyderco Advocate, and you can see that this is more of a polished titanium with the orange peel in it. This seems to be more of a subtle orange peel texture than something like the Advocate. And then, of course, you've got yourself a great little back spacer. Now, I was wondering about this just for the pictures. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, there's no lanyard. And I love lanyards. Got to have a lanyard hold on it. And this one happens to have a lanyard pin. It was a little bit of a pain in the butt getting this leather lanyard material through there, but I ended up using a little bit of, I think, dental floss. I kind of stuck it through there with a little small twist tie wire. Then I tied it to the end of the steel, and then or to the end of the leather, and then I pulled it through. That seemed to be the easiest way to get a little bit larger material through there. All right. And now the weight is 128 grams, and let's go with 128 grams to ounces. And I'm going to say this is probably, I'm going to say 4.8 ounces. But we'll find out. It is 4.5 ounces, so it's not a crazy heavy thing, and that's why I was saying, it's going to be sub 5. It's got enough weight to feel like it's got some value to it, but it's not so heavy that you're going to have to worry about, if you're a backpacker, counting the ounces on something like this. Of course, it is a frame lock with a steel insert. It's running on ball bearings too as well, so it is smooth as hell. And right out of the box too. It was drop shotty. It was absolutely fantastic. Out of the box, just gorgeous, gorgeous action on there. And the one thing I did notice though, when it first came out of the box, it needed a little bit of breaking in, is something that drives me crazy. It's when the detent sounds wispy. And I don't know if you guys are, aware of that. It's just, so it could be just the fact that it's a detent ball, ceramic detent ball on the M390, that it hasn't worn a polished past in there yet. And when you first open your knives, it's got a little bit of resistance and it's got a little bit of a sound to it. Drives me insane. All right, so you've got yourself a anodized collar on the pivot. Of course, this is the Kunwu design here on both sides. It is a... it is a Turks in there, and I do believe that is a T8. And so there is, I think it's T8, and then your body hardware is T6. So, I mean, really, really excellent. I haven't taken this apart, but I don't think I have to for a bit because it's got beautiful, beautiful action. Now, of all these positives, there is a few negatives that drive me bananas. The first one being, and when I talked to Adam about this, he ended up having a look at the Mini, and you know what? He said, "Hey, buddy, you want to get yourself, on this these Tao knives?" And he was making an order, and I said, "What the hell? Why not?" But I let him know a little bit too late, or at least, and I let him know on Sunday instead of Friday, and he put the order out on Friday, and I said, "Yeah, I'll have kind of a big towel. I'd love it." He said, "I'm sorry, buddy, I did it. Maybe I can get you on the next one." And I said, "Oh, hey, no problem." And then he said, "You know what? I'll give you my big towel, and I'll just order a new one for myself the next time." And that's the type of guy that you're going to be buying a knife from when you buy, the Sleeper. If you go out there, check out his website and buy the Sleeper. Just a really, really great guy. Or as, somebody else would say, he's a real mensch. All right, so now the one thing he did tell me is the clip on this thing is a nightmare, and he's absolutely right. It is a deep carry clip, so it goes in your pocket okay, but it's got some wiggle to it, and the way it's designed, it's right on the opening here, and it just gets itself kind of caught up, and it clicks like that. And it also, when you do a little bit of, kind of tapping with it, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's just got a little bit of rattle to that clip. The clip is an absolute nightmare. And unfortunately, it's a single pin clip here that it's attached from the inside. So the design on here is, a gorgeous, gorgeous design. Perhaps they would have taken it and put it there, I think, is what they should have done, is angled that. But the way it's hidden, you'll have to take this knife completely apart, and I don't know if you can put any aftermarket clips on here. So that is the only really bad issue I have with this knife, is this clip sucks. But it carries well, it fits in your pocket well, it's got good retention, it just is clicky, and it's just got a little bit too much give to it. Now, the other thing here that I wish they had done with this knife is it's when you get jimping, that is so that's not kind of finished. So I've taken my Spyderco ceramic stones here, and I've gone into each one of these gyms, and I've kind of tried to just knock it down just a smidge because it was a little bit too sharp on there, and that's not the end of the world. Like, I mean, if you're going to use this knife, you know, and it's cold and you're a little bit wet, a little bit greasy, and you want to get good purchase, well, that's fantastic to have that grip. But a lot of us knife guys are people who will sit there and fidget a knife open and closed over and over and over. And if you were to feel this when it was first brand new, it just really kind of dug into my finger, and my fidgeting thing, my OCD on it, it started to really give me a blister on my fingers. So I thought, screw this, got out the old ceramics, and I wore it down a little bit, and now it's absolutely perfect for me. So that's, you know, that's the thing. It's not necessarily everybody will dislike it. I just happen to dislike it because I open and close this knife so many times that it started to wear my fingertip. Now, ergonomics on here are excellent. This clip here too does dig a smidge into your hand. When I was really cutting some heavy duty stuff with this, I did notice that this clip kind of wiggled around there a little bit, and it was just one of those things that were annoying that I didn't really like very much. Now, the rest of the knife is really chamfered really well. I mean, it's got no crazy hot spots that I could feel that was just, you know, was going to wear a blister through my hand or anything like that. All the edges on there are smoothed out brilliantly. I just think that Kunwu has really hit a home run with this knife, and I'm actually quite interested to see what's coming out from them next. And I think I will definitely be contacting these folks here and using my 8% thank you note and seeing if I could pick something up of their knives once again. Now, this little lanyard bead here, got to say thank you to Blades Canada, Warriors of Wonders. They're out there in BC, and they are a great knife retailer here in Canada. So if you're looking for, they've got tons of knives, and I just happened to send them the last time I bought a knife, I said, hey, would you mind throwing me some stickers? You know, I'm a YouTuber and I review knives, and I'd love for you to do that. They sent me a whole bunch of stickers here. You know, these Spydercos, Emersons, this QSP. Thank you so much to you guys out there. You know, this is just a hell of a thank you email. All right, now what would I rate this knife on a scale of 1 to 10? I think I'm going to rate this knife probably an 8. It's way up there. It's classy looking, it's good looking, it's got great fidget factor, it's got excellent steel materials. It's not like billboarded so much, you know, you got the Tao with the K703. There's no big Kunwu right across the top of it. You know, it's not written all over the place. I really like that. I think that the styling on here is really just understated, but just classy enough with, say, this blue anodized ring to give it just a little bit of touch of class. I like the fact that the Kunwu here is kind of milled inside there. I just think they did an excellent job, but it's got to lose a little bit of points for this clip is a real nightmare. And Kunwu, I think you guys know better than that, and I'm certainly hoping that if you guys keep on going with this knife, that you'll scrap this pivot or scrap this clip and get us something I think quite a bit better. All right, I really hope you guys had a great time here. I hope that you guys you know, this helped you out. Now, please stay safe out there, folks. We're not out of the woods yet. Please keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker, saying adios.